I am standing in the Whitney Museum of American Art in New York City, right in front of this large-scale multimedia installation. This piece is called Darkytown Rebellion, and it was made in 2001 by Carl Walker. The actual piece is made out of 17 cut paper silhouettes and a wall projection. It depicts a very serious subject matter regarding a piece of American history. To start, the title itself comes from an anonymous landscape titled Darkytown, which Walker found in 1942 catalog American Primitive Painting. In addition to creating a striking viewer experience, Darkytown Rebellion reflects on the historical representations of African Americans in popular media and how those stereotypes have been perpetuated. These stereotypes are seen in the individual figures, which Walker used to tell stories that might have otherwise been lost. This ambiguity leads to a question Walker is trying to get across. Dr. Doris Bravo said it best when she asked the question, all things being equal, what distinguishes the white master from his slave in Darkytown Rebellion? That, of course, is one of the main reasons that silhouettes were used to tell this story. Walker succeeds in provoking dually a visceral response as well as an intellectual one. The viewer is brought back and forth to simultaneously experience the piece's creation and its presence in the world. This serves to juxtapose slavery as what is depicted here, a setup with paper and lights, and the real events which transpired in history. Any viewer is placed right in the midst of the action. If you are standing in the museum as we are, you become a part of the piece. You are on the same plane as each of the silhouettes. Indeed, we as contemporary people are now summoned to be part of the experience of the past. The past and present live together in this picture. As we are moving through this piece, we see ourselves inspecting the past. Our reactions are part of the dialogue of this piece, as with many contemporary pieces. The projections also serve yet another function. Walker's constructions show us the engine of history and how it's presented to us. We only see what we see. While the media disguises the history of slavery as one-dimensional absolute history, Walker peels away the skin to show us the ugly truth beneath. That truth is that slavery and these events shape and influence our experience with race even today. This is reflected formally in Walker's piece. As we are moving around and interacting with this piece, we become the focal point of the work, as aesthetically our movement creates the most interest. Instead of a dormant, two-dimensional picture plane, the picture is now literally interactive. We cannot escape it. We cannot simply not react or pretend we're not a part of history. Merely by living in the world today, we must deal with the history of slavery as we form our world, which will become future history. Walker says her goal with all her work is to elicit an uncomfortable and emotional reaction. She says she has seen too many audiences gaze over when they're confronted with racism. This woman from Darkytown Rebellion, for example, appears to be leaping into the air, her heels kicking together and her arms raised in ecstatic joy. Upon closer inspection, however, you see that one hand holds a long razor, and on the bottom is a spurt of blood from her wrists. Walker works predominantly with cut-out paper figures. Her images are drawn from the stereotypes of slave masters and colonists and the colonized. These images involve the viewer and show how harmful these negative stereotypes have been in the history of African Americans and how they continue to be perpetuated in media today.